Taking the hobbits to Isengard. Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
I love that I captured that right as you started. So the first thing these people will hear is they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. All right, everybody, welcome to day 2 of our Game of the Year 2013 ceremonies. And thank you, Derek Buzan, for that wonderful introduction.
You're welcome.
All right. This is day 2. Hopefully you've listened to day 1 by now. If not, what the heck? So go listen to that first, because we're not going to cover that stuff again. All right. Again, in our usual fashion, to my left, Isaiah Standridge.
Yep, still here.
Yeah. To his left, Alex Lena.
Usual fashion.
To his left, one of the hobbits being taken to Isengard, Derek Buzan.
And you have my bow.
Okay.
I'm sticking with Lord of the Rings.
To his left, Thomas Lena.
Ew.
To his left, Zach Buzan.
Welcome back.
And to his left, Kirsten Kelsey.
The actual Hobbit.
Oh.
It's okay, it's my nickname. It's okay.
X the hairy feet.
Okay. So, in this part 1 of day 2 podcast, we'll be bringing you awards for the best looking game, best boss fights, best music, best new main character, and best secondary character. And then we'll have a break, and then we'll bring you part 2, and then part 3 after that. But we got a lot between here and there, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to crack into best looking game. Again, if you've listened to previous things, you might be wondering where best technical and best graphics artistic are. We thought that sucked, so now it's just best looking game. And it's not stupid, and we don't have to decide what's technical and artistic. So, our nominees. Not a super long list, so that helps. We have Beyond Two Souls, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, Dragon's Crown, Killzone Shadowfall, Soul Sacrifice, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, Rise, Son of Rome, Shadow Warrior, The Last of Us, Tearaway, Battlefield 4, and Bioshock Infinite.
Not a big list.
Not a huge list.
Oh,
it just means there was quite a bit of overlap between all of us. So that's interesting. So let's start
with Soul Sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah, I would cut up Soul Sacrifice, not top 3.
Okay.
I don't know who nominated.
I'm the one who nominated it.
All right, cool.
So,
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that because
All right.
it was just a good notion. You know? Hey.
All right, down to 11.
These are all really good.
Tearaway gonna be...
I would say yes.
Top 3?
It'll be
Yes.
some of these at least.
I would say it's like the best looking
You
game.
make the graphics.
You do make the graphics. You make what you
How
want.
might it not be the best?
And it's really cool because you see a whole world of
Good
just
graphics.
And the developers worked really hard. Derek stated that they made everything out of paper just to make sure it could work. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was pretty cool. They tested it in real life before they put it in the game.
That's why it's so short then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of research went into this game.
I do need to play that game.
But it was really good. It was a great world and environment.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys sold me on that game last night.
Yeah.
So I definitely would like to try it. I still really haven't ever played a Vita game, so that could be cool.
That's a good one to start on.
Yeah,
it is.
It is a very good one to start on.
Okay, and we can cut Shadow Warrior.
Okay.
It looks phenomenal, some of the effects, but none of you have played it. Not going to get that point across. It'll probably come up more next year when it releases on next-gen consoles. But it's probably not quite as good looking as Battlefield 4.
All right.
It's close, though.
It's close.
Close. One that I would like to bring up is Rise. I know it looks amazing in game, but when you go to cutscenes, there are some moments that draw you away, like your mom's hair.
No, it's good. That's kind of easily the worst part of the game. Like, it's their first introduction, too. Like, it's like, what? This doesn't look good. And then it starts like, oh, okay.
Oh,
The hair
yeah,
design
that's
is
like,
so
back
weird.
to cutscenes, like, whoa.
yeah, it looks gorgeous. Then in cutscenes, I was like, what? What happened? This is like the complete opposite. What was supposed to do? But, yeah.
Pieces are bad, some stuff. Armor, in general, it does look incredible, but, yeah, I'm okay with cutting it.
So if you look closely, you see the little markings, little bad effects to it.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, like as you said, that game looks really good a lot of the time. It'll be an interesting challenge for developers to eliminate all of those little things as this generation goes on, and whether or not they can do that.
Since we're messing with
Interesting to
HD,
watch.
yeah, they have to make sure they're even better looking. Especially if they're doing the whole realistic thing, like Rise was going for.
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of that, I want to bring up Beyond Two Souls. And while I think that game looks really good, I think there are better looking realistic games on this list. So I don't know if it quite hangs.
I thought it looked pretty good for the couple hours that I did play it, but I would consider The Last of Us way better. I didn't even like The Last of
I
Us,
like this
but-
train of thought. What? I do like The Last of Us. The Naughty Dog always does an impeccable job at doing all their graphics, the look of the game. They do a very good job at polishing it up and making it look pretty. Beyond had a little bit of, I guess, wrinkles in it as you play through the game. It's not as like perfect as say I can't say perfect as well as Naughty Dog
I think
does.
technically Beyond is far superior to The Last of Us.
Really?
Artistically, The Last of Us is probably superior because the environments are so much better than The Last of Us.
Man.
I don't know. The Beyond had pretty good.
I think
Last
Beyond
of Us?
has the best facial animations out of all these games.
It was really good.
But I guess I was wondering which shooter looks better, Killzone or Battlefield.
I would say Killzone.
Man.
Just to bring that up.
Agreed. I agree with that. Killzone.
That's it almost pains me to say it because I hadn't really thought about that, but I
Yeah.
think Killzone does look better.
Gosh.
That's the only thing that goes for it, though.
That is really probably the best thing about it.
Yeah.
So do we take Killzone and cross out Battlefield and Beyond?
And Bioshock.
I want Killzone in there. That's all I know.
If we're cutting Bioshock, we gotta cut The Last of Us.
Enter away.
Okay.
Everything's going.
Sounds like-
That
Sounds like
Yeah.
this domino.
leaves Dragon's Crown, Nino Kuni, and Killzone. There we go.
I don't mind those.
'Cause,
Oh,
I
and
mean, I
Naruto.
don't think
And Naruto.
Bioshock is gonna look better than Battlefield or Killzone. I don't think.
Is what you want.
I think personally Naruto looks way better than Ni no Kuni. I think they got more of the anime feel down.
I wish I
to
saw.
what it is.
I wish I saw more of it. That's all I have to say.
I mean, that's a really tough comparison because you're comparing something that looks exactly like a Studio Ghibli film to something that looks exactly like the anime for Naruto.
Well, the problem that I had with Ni no Kuni was like the cutscenes were awesome
They were.
and the world looked great. Your characters sometimes did not look too good. If you guys know what I'm
I can agree
you
with
guys know what
that.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
There's some
There were
moments.
some awkward moments where the camera, I was like, that's probably not the best shot you could have done on Oliver's face. But,
Jeepers.
I know. Some of the modeling was weird. And it,
Sometimes.
it
Alright.
distracted me. It distracted me, at least.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I
I
mean,
don't know about you guys.
it's one of my favorite games, so I don't know.
Oh,
about
it's
that.
on my top. It's my number 5.
No, well, that's good.
Yeah, it's on your top
Well-
10. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great looking
I don't
game.
know. It's
It's just saying.
We're not saying it's a bad looking game. All
No.
these games that we've nominated are awesome.
Are great, but if we're going with
I
anime,
mean-
artsy, I think Naruto nailed it.
Hmm.
They've had 2 games underneath their belt practicing it, though.
it's true.
Yeah.
And plus, you have a lot
3.
less
They're more
Actually,
fun, I
3.
to do than a epic giant RPG. So you have to count 2. I mean, it doesn't
I don't know.
necessarily take anything off
Naruto
the
has to look a lot better in motion than
But-
Ni no Kuni ever does.
Yeah,
Oh, no, but-
and the cutscenes are way better, I think.
And the open
than
world
Naruto.
in Naruto is really beautiful as well.
Hmm.
If you traverse it, they've actually
Yeah, there are
got the
some
actual
visual
artwork
improvements.
people that worked on Naruto working on that game, which is awesome.
That's why it really pains me. Like I think Ni no Kuni's probably one of the best in games of the year, but it pains me to. I nominated Naruto. I don't know if anybody else did.
I did.
You did?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
So it really hurts me to make that that debate. I'd love to have them both.
I do too.
I don't think both are going to make
Nope.
it.
I don't think there's a single
No.
chance of that at all.
nope.
No.
Not with some people wanting Dragon's Crown.
Hey,
I don't think Dragon's Crown.
Nope.
It's that one.
Well,
It looks
Dragon's
good.
Crown is really good looking in a lot of ways. I personally didn't like it as much as some others. But.
It's also, yeah, it's good, but I don't know. It's kind of simple. I don't know.
I've heard more arguments against things than for things, I guess, so far.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it sounds like we want to cut everything.
No, we were supporting Naruto.
Supporting Tearaway.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Battlefield 4 is pretty much out.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Again, a great looking game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, does anyone really think Bioshock is going to make top 3 on this? I mean,
No.
I mean,
no,
in the
wait,
beginning,
sounding.
like, it looks good, but I don't
Oh, the beginning of the game looks awesome.
Yeah, like, it's nice,
Dang.
but I just don't think
Dang.
it's
It's
nice.
like anything else. If we're taking
Huh?
Bioshock, take Last of Us with it.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Sure.
That's
Okay. Okay.
that sounds good to me.
I
Are you okay with
speak
that?
now. I am. But
I am.
Okay.
I am
Well,
cool
it sounds
with
like 5 of us at least.
Nomination right there. Boom. Democracy.
Yep. Good one.
Did we cut
Okay.
Rise?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes,
we're
we
cutting Nino Cooney in favor of Naruto.
No.
I think
We're currently
I
looking
think-
at.
I think maybe
I,
Dragon's Crown.
I want to be looking at Dragon's Crown right now. more
Correct me
than
if I'm wrong. We are down to Beyond Two Souls, Nino Cooney, Dragon's Crown, Killzone, Naruto, and Tearaway.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what we're doing.
All right. Good. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Hmm.
Is there anything that we know has to be in the top?
Let's lock Killzone and get rid of Beyond.
Yep.
Okay.
I can go for that.
Unless Zach wants Beyond.
No, I'm actually better with Killzone. Killzone was my number one.
Killzone's
Okay.
amazing.
That's in my. That was my
Killzone is
nominee.
such a good looking game.
Beautiful.
Okay, so
That's
we
about it,
got
though.
Dragon's Crown, Nino Cooney, and we're left with Killzone, Naruto, and Tearaway.
How would Zach?
Yeah,
I know you love Tearaway.
I did.
Did you think it was that amazing of a looking game?
I thought so.
It's pretty
It was
great.
Out of these last
Very
ones.
creative.
It
Very.
it is. It's really simple at moments though.
But that was the beauty. It was paper.
that was the
mache
beauty of it.
world.
Flavor. Oh.
It was a paper mache world that you traverse. I never thought about making a world just of paper, but these guys did it, and they did it with such.
From Pizzazz.
This is that. I would say they even made water out of paper. And that was
They
pretty
did.
cool.
But do you think it's better than these other 4?
Yeah.
I think it competes with them.
But is it
I do
better?
too, Zach.
Yeah.
I do too.
I know they
Very
competes.
diplomatic answer, sir.
Yes,
I appreciate what you're doing here, but
that's why it's on the list. But do you think they're better than those games?
Besides Nino Cooney, Dragon's Crown, Killzone,
Yes, and Naruto.
and Naruto. I say yes.
okay.
Man,
I'm sorry to
All
say,
right.
but I'll stand my ground with Tearaway. That game looked beautiful, and it was really.
Should.
It
Yeah.
needed to be there this year, and it was there, and it filled a huge gap for me. That was good, clean, family fun.
Hmm.
Just like Dragon's Crown. It's a very
Oh.
friendly game.
You know it with those character designs.
Very, very. Well done.
I don't know. I think the weakest out of that group is probably Dragon's Crown.
Hmm.
Out of the group left. Yes.
Yeah, out of the group left.
If we cut Dragon's Crown, can we cut Naruto?
No.
no,
I agree with that.
I don't know, I still think Naruto is better looking than Nino Cooney.
I do too.
Hmm.
Have you played that much of it?
I saw some.
Oh man.
That's awesome too. I played till the Land of Iron.
But either way, it seems like Dragon Crown. That's going to be between Naruto and Nino Cooney for the top 3.
Alright. I guess it's gonna be Killzone, Naruto, and Tearaway.
Like, yes.
That's a solid list. Those are all really, really good looking.
I'll give it up. I guess it's fine with me.
You okay with those 3?
Yep. Killzone, Naruto, Tearaway.
Maybe not Tearaway, but I can deal with it.
You played that game.
I did.
Did you look at the game as you played it?
Not at all. I was closing my eyes when I was.
It's not hard to do. It's 4 hours, but
No.
Okay, so
Brock, you
Killzone
look
wins.
angry.
Not angry, pensive more than anything. I don't know what I think about
Zach,
this.
out of these 3,
I'd rather have Dragon's Crown than Tearaway.
Tearaway's the winner. Out of these 3.
I will agree with that.
You are crazy.
I will agree with that. Tearaway.
If it's Killzone, Naruto, and Tearaway, Tearaway is the winner.
Baloney.
I say Killzone.
Nothing like it. Not
personally.
even close.
I think Killzone.
Killzone. There'll be better games looking. Killzone.
We're not choosing most unique looking game.
Yeah.
I know.
We're
Best looking.
Yeah. Best
I'm
looking.
looking for the best looking. And that's why I'm saying
These-
Killzone.
How do you rate best looking?
Best looking.
Yes.
Terrible.
You.
Just
Uh-oh.
terrible.
Don't say Tearaway. Don't give him.
Tearaway.
Don't give him hints. Don't help him out here.
I think best
I do
looking.
not like the turn this is taking.
Yeah,
I
know.
We
Okay.
shouldn't be
I
defining.
think we need to go back about 3 minutes and start over.
We really shouldn't be
restart.
defining this. So.
I just want to know what his opinion. I don't know what he's thinking in his head, though.
I'm going to say best looking game is something that immerses you without tearing you away from any of the environmental effects. Being a whole universe as you go and interact with that world that is introduced to you. And Tearaway does a great job of making everything cohese together. It was really good.
See, that was legit. Come on.
That was it.
All
Out of the
right.
three, it is the most aesthetically pleasing game.
I haven't seen enough Tearaway. I can't argue that.
Yep, I can't argue it either. But that's the problem.
I can argue.
Okay, can I personally rewind for a couple seconds?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
ask Alex about Dragon's Crown.
Yeah, without Dragon's Crown, we're going to. that's what happened here.
I think the character designs in Dragon's Crown and the animations and stuff are wonderful, top notch. They're super stylized and awesome. My issue with it is what I'm remembering about the environments and the backgrounds, which, if I remember correctly, all look terrible.
There are some.
And
cables.
that's the big line for me in saying that it is not as good looking as Ni no Kuni or Naruto. Otherwise, I would completely agree. It's that stuff that was the big hang up for me.
Ni no Kuni had a lot of detail in its background. In cities.
I'm just trying to think.
It did.
I don't.
I'll agree with that.
I don't
A lot
really
of
like this
detail.
list without Dragon's Crown either. Like,
There's many, many good looking games this year.
There is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's cool that we've got the best realistic looking game, and then we're going with 2 art style games. 2 really interesting looking games from there. But
Should we put it to a vote? No?
We can.
Already going to a vote.
Because it seems like we're not making any ground. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we got to the top
I
3.
don't know. I'm kind of
Yeah.
I'm the one holding us back from top 3 at this point. But I mean, if you guys want that as the top 3, okay.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not exactly happy either. I think Ni no Kuni was my winner here, so
Yeah, that's one
I don't
of mine.
like that going.
I'm all good as long as Killzone's here. Personally.
I know, Brock. I thought you were just in the camp that Naruto is a little better than Ni no Kuni.
I'm having that debate with myself right now.
Yeah, that's what I was thought you were.
But I guess I think Ni no Kuni should get more credit for how good it looks. That's a dumb argument because I don't know if I necessarily think it's better looking, but I think it deserves more credit.
It's much.
I don't know.
I can see that.
Nothing looks like Ni no Kuni. There are several games that look like Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, but aren't as good looking as Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. And Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 probably looks as good as those games probably ever can.
Probably. I
Maybe.
think-
And there's a lot to be said for how incredible those games look.
You look good.
We're going in circles, and it's all because of me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Tearaway it is.
The Tearaway best.
Yeah. Dude.
You know what? Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a good game.
I really do think Killzone.
You think Killzone?
Yep, Killzone.
It's pushing limits.
Yep,
Out of the 3 that's left, I think Killzone
Yeah.
beats the other 2.
Wow.
I know, right? I know Ni no Kuni's awesome.
Gosh dang it!
I know the cartoon-esque type is awesome. but
I will
man.
say this: as I played Killzone, I had moments where my jaw was actually open as I was playing the game because it was that beautiful.
yes.
It was really a good spectacle to see on the PS4.
Okay. Real quick.
Yeah.
Are we down to a final 3?
Yes.
Sounds like
Yes.
And those are
And those are Killzone, Naruto,
Naruto.
and Tearaway.
Yep.
With Killzone winning.
With Killzone winning, yes.
No.
Yes.
We can put it as a vote.
I guess. Let's do that.
Since we're all pretty much
There's more
everywhere.
Killzone, so.
Killzone.
Yeah.
Which is okay with. It was a beautiful game. All these games deserve to be top.
I disagree.
And that's why. And that's why Killzone should be number one.
All right, just to formalize it, Alex.
We ride in Killer is Dead and it's the winner.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll get behind that. Yeah.
We restart. I would vote for Tearaway.
Okay.
I would Killzone.
Killzone.
Tearaway.
Killzone.
Naruto.
Oh man.
Killzone.
Went
Yeah.
that way, Brock.
Nice, Brock.
Out of those three, I'd pick Naruto. No problem.
It's either Killzone or Naruto for me. So
It's at this
Yep.
point,
All
it's
right,
4
Killzone.
for Killzone, 2 and 1.
All right.
And that
Killzone wins.
that leaves it.
Hey, it's
That's a,
democracy.
that's a definite Killzone. So
it's a
yeah.
gorgeous game. It's not the best game, but it's
Oh yeah, I'm not saying the game is that great. I'm saying
So
it's
when it comes to
beautiful.
best looking game, we can all agree that Killzone looks great, but it's not the best.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Winner of best
When it
looking
comes-
game,
No,
Killzone
no,
Shadow.
we're talking about
Yeah,
gameplay.
we're talking about gameplay. Exactly.
We're talking about the game itself.
That's why it's not in our top 10, definitely.
Moving on from that travesty of a category.
Oh,
That was weird.
Best boss fights. All right. A list of nominees the same size as best looking game. Here we go. Pandora's Tower, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, God of War Ascension, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Dragon's Crown, Puppeteer, The Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds, Devil May Cry DMC, Dead Rising 3, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, The Wonderful 101, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. Oh, here we
This
go.
is a doozy.
I know, this one's harsh.
I don't think so, but nobody's going to see it my way.
Are you all for Zelda?
Yes, he is.
Nope.
No?
Oh, no.
I thought I was going to bet money.
I would have bet money.
Brock's probably for Pandora's Tower?
I nominated it, but it's not my winner by a long shot.
okay.
It's my winner by a long shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alex is gonna fight more for that one than anybody.
Tooth and nail.
Which is good. The Pandora's Tower has some cool boss designs.
Pandora's Tower should win this category.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hands down, bar none.
Lock it in.
It's the winner. Done.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What are the top two?
Runners up.
Yes.
We got
Why not?
Yes.
I'm fine with it.
so we've got Metal Gear Rising.
I haven't
clearly
played it,
a
but it
top
looked
3
awesome.
game.
Okay, that's fine
All right,
with me. I
that's
don't
fine
really
with me.
What is madness?
Never had that happen, but okay.
And
I think.
probably God of War for that
No.
one.
No.
God of War had like 2 cool boss
Awesome
fights.
boss fight.
Like the last boss fight was pretty epic. It was
Pretty
massive.
epic?
Pretty epic. It was epic. It was good.
Okay.
I thought. And then the first boss was really good.
Yep, personalized.
Yeah.
What
There's always
define
something
first
going on.
boss?
The first. What do you mean? The first encounter of a large creature.
When you're taking control of that giant thing and you're slashing
Yeah.
at that dude with the huge face. That's all.
The
was pretty
fight on
awesome.
the Hecaton Karis?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
No, you didn't think it was cool?
I think it's very good looking and impressive as a set piece. I don't think that's a good boss fight. You didn't fight a boss. You just
There was
fight
no real-
dudes,
yeah.
and then you interact with the environment, which happens to be a big dude's face.
Yeah.
Like, there's no actual boss fight.
Pretty
there.
cool.
Yeah, there's no actual fighting of a boss in that part.
I'm okay.
More or less using the enemies to.
But that's
hurt the
what
boss,
made
too.
God of War pretty
I mean,
Boring.
memorable.
that was a very enjoyable.
boring.
That was a very
Oh,
enjoyable fight, and that was a. I mean, that's going to stick in my head for a long time. But I couldn't call that a boss fight. I meant that.
I see your point.
That is not to say that the other boss fights in the game can't be awesome. I just haven't. I didn't get to them yet.
Oh, there was this cool aging one. That was pretty cool. He used like aging
Oh, yeah, that
time
one is cool,
spheres.
too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty cool because you could change
Oh,
old to
yeah.
young, and this so he did as well. It was pretty cool.
Huh. That sounds really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Visually awesome.
Yeah,
The last one's more similar to the first one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're.
Just scale. Ridiculous scale.
Yep. But we can cut that. I don't think it's top 3.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
No?
What's
You
that?
don't agree? You liked it?
I think
It's
there are
top
other
3.
things we can cut before
Okay,
God of
good.
War.
Yeah, sure.
Dragon's
Crown, yeah.
Ugh.
I like the bosses, but they aren't different enough to be that interesting.
And
Guess what? At the end, you fight a big dragon.
What?
What?
Which is
Spoilers.
awesome.
Spoilers, man.
Game of the year.
So Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, we can cut it. Unless anybody else is opposed.
I'm fine with that.
Cut Puppeteer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay with that.
That's like what the game is, though. But
Be okay cutting Dead Rising 3.
Okay.
The boss fights weren't necessarily really fun. They were just really funny.
Yeah,
And they stand out a lot.
That's true.
There are some cool opponents there for sure.
Like, yeah, the 7 Deadly Sin bosses. Like, yeah, just memorable. But not really necessarily mechanically enjoyable.
We need to cut Nino Cooney.
Yes.
Dead Rising.
I would think
We should
so.
cut Dead Rising.
Like they're okay, but they're pretty much like defend and then wait for
Yep.
a weakness attack.
Exactly. They were saying title.
They were frustrating.
And are the boss
They
fights in
kinda were, yeah.
Naruto good?
Oh, dude.
I mean,
They're
is it different than
amazing.
just fighting?
No,
It's just
they're
kinda-
like huge.
It looked like you're
huge.
just throwing a bunch of big stuff at the bosses. That's all it looked like to me.
Say, especially the last fight, which lasts about
Nothing
maybe
big.
an hour and a half.
That was crazy.
That is the last boss. You fight like so many creatures at the same time, controlled by this one man. And then after that,
Oh, yeah, 10
you have to fight that man. And that becomes like a 3-part fight as well.
In this game, they went all out on boss fights.
Sounds awesome.
That's basically what Naruto is.
Alright.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Luigi's Dark of the Moon?
Is
It's
anyone
all
gonna
boss fights.
help me with Luigi or not? I'm gonna guess no.
Nope.
I love Luigi's.
Boss
Top
fights?
3 boss fights?
Going by what you said at half year, like Luigi's boss fights sound awesome.
They are really.
They are really good. I hated the clock tower one though. That one was the most painful and
Oh,
stressful.
that one was kind of cool. It was kind of like I guess the closest thing off the top of my head would be the eighth circle of Dante's Inferno. That game where they just throw all these different random challenges at you and you have to advance through them.
It is difficult.
So they'll throw these kind of goes with different combinations and it's pretty cool. But I really like the ice one. Was my favorite when you're sliding down and you got to shoot out the holes.
I think it's better than Devil May Cry's. I don't even remember Devil May Cry's boss fights.
I remember
was
the
alright.
network. The
There's a
network
few,
guy.
yeah.
That's the coolest.
Yeah, there's a
one.
few that like stand out to me. Like the whole like
I remember the pregnant
club
mother.
scene.
Yep, that's the
Yeah,
one I
Mother's
remember.
Club,
Yeah.
And then the giant succubus thing.
I
That's
thought-
a
I
slug.
fought that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Virgil?
Yeah, Factory.
Oh, that's true.
Ugly.
And for-
And I would say
Spoiler.
Virgil. Yeah, Virgil.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, spoilers everywhere.
Wait, the Devil May Cry game you have to fight first.
Oh, that's a good.
Oh no
point.
way!
Good
Oh my
point.
gosh.
I thought they
Yeah,
In
were
right.
fairness,
brothers.
they do try to present it very much as though he's not
Oh, yeah.
willing to fight you.
Brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. No, I thought that was a cool different take that they took with the game actually. Like,
So
oh,
I think Revenge
not
had
a
some pretty
dip.
crappy boss fights, so we should cut it.
Yes. Oh,
Wow.
the last one's awesome.
What is it?
Revengeance.
Man, Revenge of the
Hey,
Fave.
that was awesome.
I'm largely kidding.
I'm
No,
totally.
okay,
cool
I
with
wasn't
this.
sure. Sorry. I mean,
No, because to
Yeah,
me, like
yeah.
they felt like actual skill based. Like
Yeah.
instead of having like just environment stuff, like where it was more like, okay, here's this enemy. They're running around. They're
doing
your
their-
size, so you've got to block their attacks. You've got to get in better positions. Like you have to outwit them.
At least it's better
Which
than
is
Batman Arkham Origins.
Very, very different
That's true.
than how most bosses are these days.
This
Where it's pretty much, alright, here's what we do. We charge at you, okay, you dodge. Alright, now he's done, now you attack him. But it's just like this, having them actually be like more human character like yourself made the bosses way more interesting.
The final boss fight. That's all I have to say.
That's pretty great.
That's actually
It's more of
amazing.
his-
I
It
like
was
that.
amazing.
It's his
Oh my gosh!
epic monologue that makes that.
Yeah.
Are you seriously talking about the one that took like an hour to fight?
Yeah,
That's most of them.
mostly. Yeah, they're mostly
Well,
long.
very
They're
nice
mostly really long, actually.
Did you
If
guys
you-
get to? Neither of you made it to the end one.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you beat it?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
felt really long.
Not easy.
I got to the second guy and I was like,
Easy.
done.
Dude, if I had to play more of that game,
What?
Well, the few
Well,
boss
good.
fights that I
Playing
actually
on
did
easy
get to in
drains
Metal
all
Gear,
the
that's
fun
like
out of
what
that
made
game,
me
so
actually
you don't
like
have
that
to
game.
block.
the best
That's
part
the
is boss
parry-
fights.
I usually
That is what
don't
sets
like
that
games like
combat
that.
apart.
That actually
The
kept my
parry
attention.
mechanism is
Okay,
All right,
there are
so
way too many side conversations going on right now. So let's cut that down.
yeah, so Metal Gear Rising is not a game without the bosses, I think. So
I liked the core combat a lot more than the boss fights.
really,
I wasn't a fan of the bosses as much,
that was.
except for the last one.
we're so different.
I really like the boss fights.
Well, no, like I was agreeing with you.
Bro.
Zach and I are shaking our heads because I don't think either of us like the combat system in that game at all.
I did not.
No, see, I didn't know.
That's one of my favorite parts.
I will not
Yeah,
say
game.
that it is a bad combat system, but I will wholeheartedly say I don't like it.
I'm saying it's not bad, just not made for me.
That doesn't make the bosses any less good.
No, no.
I'm good with playing DMC.
I think DMC has better bosses than Revengeance. They were more memorable.
I don't remember.
I
really
like
don't remember.
Rising much more than DMC, but I think DMC had better bosses.
Alex, would I be correct in saying your top three is Pandora's, Luigi's, and DMC?
God of War.
God of War.
God of War.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Mind blown.
But I could easily.
I
say
am,
God of
and
War
I am
DMC.
totally cool cutting Wonderful 101
Okay.
Yep.
because.
You're the one that's seen all of them.
Yep. Dang, am I really?
Yep.
I'll get there. I promise.
Winner
I want to get
Game
there.
of the year
I want
Yeah.
to try it.
for beating 101.
I wrote that review long time.
Yeah, I should probably finish that.
So, Nino Kuni.
That one was already gone.
That's
Yeah,
gone.
I already
Yeah.
scratched it off.
Sorry, I didn't realize it. My fault.
So we're down to Pandora's Tower, Luigi's Mansion, God of War, Metal Gear, DMC, and Naruto.
I seriously wrote down Pandora's Tower was winning.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Okay.
I did too.
Okay.
Oh wait, we agreed not only to save it, but that it is the winner.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I was
yeah, we're
trying to
spent
say.
for top two now.
What?
Top two.
That's what that was, man. That's what,
Awesome.
Or top three.
that's why I thought we were like, oh, wow, that was weird.
That's awesome. That has very rarely happened during the 6 years we've been doing
And that's
this.
what I was saying.
Okay.
It's ever happened, so.
I'll be able to cut Naruto because a lot of it is like quick action time events, but they do look gorgeous and they're pretty.
They do
epic.
look gorgeous.
But you gotta admit that's what it is, kind of like.
There's no strategy.
But they're huge. They're awesome fights. I know.
It's free action time.
I didn't nominate it.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I nominated. it. I nominated.
Yeah, it's like you're,
You're
saying
looking
sorry
at-
to the guy who's defending it.
I know.
But you're the one who's
but he's the
actually
one that
nominated.
played it. Like I
So
mean,
we have-
like a
Okay,
lot.
so Naruto cut.
I'll cut
Yep.
God of War if sorry, Zach. Is that okay? If we get rid of God of War?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so God of War, Naruto out.
I thought God of War was more of like an environmental game anyway, besides the
Alright,
boss.
so it's looking for you to have to cut
So it's
Luigi's Mansion or
DMC, yes.
Or Metal Gear
Agreed.
Rising.
Agreed. I'm agreeing with Isaiah here.
3 of us want Rising Gun.
No.
Or 4.
It might be 4, but...
4. Yeah.
I think
Come
Rising's
on.
boss fights have to be better than Dark Moon's though.
Yeah.
I like. I'm the more I think about it, the more I like Dark Moon for this category because it's so much different than the other ones. As far as it's not an action game like the other ones. So
It's not.
it's more of a puzzle boss, which is kind of cool.
It's actually a really good boss is in there. Has anyone else played it before?
Zach,
Besides
you
us?
look like you want to say things.
What's Dark Moon?
Luigi's Mansion.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
I
a
like-
good point there.
Sorry.
Killer Stand.
Not a lot of people
Oh,
have
sorry.
played that game.
Wrong,
so-
wrong Moon.
Apparently.
That's no Moon.
I was confused. I thought everyone was
Spoilers.
talking gibberish.
Okay. No, I know, it's a Star Wars quote.
It's alright.
Okay.
They are. Alright, well...
My
Kirsten, what you think?
Personally, I loved Metal Gear.
Oh,
I like
Yes.
the boss in it.
I withdraw
That's the only reason I like the game. So
Yeah, that's a really good part of the game.
that was my number one. So,
Awesome.
Number 1.
I'll say that's my number 1 as well, actually.
and I'm a pretty big God of War fan, but
Which
I
one
thought
would you cut, Zach?
Metal Gear was good.
Out of those,
Please help.
Do it, Zach. Do it. Do it.
Say DMC.
If you do, it's a majority.
He's totally gonna say Luigi.
DMC or Luigi.
to
Come on,
cut,
do it.
Good.
I would cut Metal Gear.
Yes.
Of course you would.
Oh my goodness.
I would cut Metal Gear as well.
Me too.
But
I would cut Metal Gear.
are 3 of us... isn't 3 of us have it as number 1?
That's what it sounds.
Isaiah?
Like.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean... That must mean that DMC... Was DMC a number 1 for anyone?
My number 1 was cut, so I'm cool.
That's just what I'm saying. I'm just saying we're cutting something when there's 3 people who have it as number 1.
I
And then one's
played
not
all,
even
I
their
played
number
all
one.
these games. So
Yeah, I have too. Or except for... Well,
exactly, you have not played.
I played a little... Okay, sorry, my fault. But Pandora's Tower's already locked, and Luigi Mansion I only played a little bit. But I'll admit that. But I have played the other 2.
I guess if we keep Luigi, I could go with Rising over DMC.
I agree.
Meh.
I'm okay for it.
I'm okay with that.
Just to proceed, yes.
okay, yeah, that's a good top three.
Yep.
And we already have a winner.
And we already have a winner. Yep, that's fine.
And moving along.
Pandora's Tower, number 1.
All right.
The last boss fight in DMC wasn't it? So, okay.
It wasn't.
And now for one of the most subjective categories possible. Best music.
Gosh.
All right.
Here's our list. Remember Me, Pandora's Tower, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Tales of Xillia, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, Gunpoint, Fire Emblem Awakening, The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, Saints Row 4, Devil May Cry.
Thank goodness no one put GTA 5.
We're not crazy. So.
Best licensed
smacked.
soundtrack. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Saints Row 4
No.
is so much better.
Yeah, I'm gonna say GTA 5's licensed soundtrack was
And
horrible.
Need
I
for Speed is
thought.
probably better.
Yeah.
I didn't even play Need for Speed, and I can probably guess that it's better.
I'll say that
I
I.
don't really remember anything about DMC's music.
What?
It's like Rising's
Oh,
but
man.
dirtier.
It's
And
all
awesome.
dirty and grungy and filthy and awesome.
Awesome. So much metal.
We can get rid of Nino Cooney. I just nominated it for the heck of it.
I nominated it.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
No, well, if you nominated it and you want to defend it, go ahead. I just nominated it because
I can't comparatively to all these other good
Yeah,
games.
And that's
because-
kind of how
yeah.
I feel right now. Yeah, that's why I was just throwing it out there.
Because there are some moments where I was like,
willing
this song
sacrifice.
is getting annoying.
Yeah.
I'll admit
Alright.
that does happen.
Yeah.
So pretty much we're cutting Remember Me for best music.
No.
I
Nope.
know, it's just kidding.
Man, I can't remember any of that music.
Pick that.
That's
I'm trying to remember.
Sorry, that was funny.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh.
Just shows you how forgettable it is.
What's Gunpoint's music like?
Oh, dude, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty solid.
Jazzy and smooth and fits the
Like a
feel of the
spy.
game so well.
It does.
It's
Right?
while it certainly doesn't have the most music, the music that's in there and the versions they have for your
Yeah.
standard sneaking and then the cross-linking parts, like when you hit that to start messing, it gives each piece of jazz music kind of a more electronic feel, and just the juxtaposition of that and the way it feels with the game is flawless.
It is really good.
How about Zelda?
It's very unique.
Zelda. Yes.
I think it has some of the best music of the year. I would understand cutting it simply because so much of that music is so similar to A Link to the Past music.
Okay.
It is.
Yes.
They're very good rearrangements, and some of those pieces are really nice to listen to.
Yes, yeah.
But in this category, I don't know if I'm going to get
You won't
anywhere with
hold,
it. So
probably.
I can cut it.
Okay, that's good. We can cut Tales of Zillia unless someone else nominated
I
it.
like it, but yeah, it's probably not gonna make it.
Yep.
Okay.
Final Fantasy XIV.
There's some really good
The
music.
music is
Is
incredible.
You know this?
I was-
I don't even
You almost
remember.
read.
When I was hanging out at you guys' place while you guys were playing it a lot, like that's something that consistently impressed me.
Hmm.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know that I remember it well enough to argue for it.
Man, the
much further,
Chocobo
but
theme is really good.
It is
Like when you
really
go on
good music.
Chocobo, like, yeah.
Mhm.
That's actually one thing that like reviews constantly mention about the game too. The orchestrations and like the music is very, very, very impressive in that game. Something that stands out a lot actually.
Never got boring. I spent like 8 hours making clothes one day in the same town. Never got bored with it. So good.
That's impressive.
The music for the different cities and stuff is fantastic.
This is gonna be tough.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
It is. It will be.
What's Pandora's Tower's music like?
It is.
That one's good too.
It is orchestrated and it is quiet, choir everywhere, and it's wonderful. It's Alex, help.
It's one of the best musics of the year.
It was nominated.
Well, that's why, yeah, it's nominated.
Yep.
These are all some of the best music.
I think it should absolutely be top 3.
I agree.
In fact, I have it winning for the year.
Ooh.
I guess
I can't agree with that one, but it's
Yeah.
up there.
Saints Row 4 has my favorite track of the year, but
But that's it.
I don't think it's gonna be top 3.
What?
Yep, that's a good.
That's my number one. Saints Row 4.
It has
Best
some,
music.
Ooh.
It has some fat beats.
It is some really
Yes,
fun.
Matt Mead.
It may have the best track of
Now,
the year.
if this is like the best original music, this would be so much easier.
Yeah, is this going to be best overall music in the game in itself, or is it going to be orchestrated
We combine
soundtrack?
It's
We combined them.
Yeah.
different people are going to value different things in this category. While I know that some games may have better pieces of music, I value use of music a lot, which is why I think Remember Me's a real contender here.
Yep.
Pandora's Tower, the music works so well, and my third is Gunpoint
Revenge.
because the music that is there fits so perfectly and is used so well. That's what I value personally.
I agree with
So
Alex.
it's going to be different things.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. I think that the same with Saints Row 4. All that music's pretty much techno, upbeat, fun music like Safety Dance, and you've got the touch.
Oh yeah.
It's got some of the best tracks in the game, and they work so well just to make that game so much fun.
There's good use of licensed tracks,
Yeah.
like Saints Row 3.
And I was so excited to see GTA 5, and when I played GTA 5, it was garbage comparatively.
Especially comparatively, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to Saints Row 4.
And yeah, that first scene when you're running up the rocket.
Yeah.
Music.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic.
I love Fire Emblem's music, but
I don't think it's top 3.
Top 3 now.
I don't think.
I don't
Agreed.
either.
I don't remember it as well.
it's not in my top 3.
I remember it's not.
But
No, I mean
it's very good.
it was cool
That
how
main
they
theme?
had dual
Oh,
tracks
I
for
think it's
everything. They had the overworld like while you're moving around, and then when you went into battle, it
They have legs,
transitioned into
yeah.
like.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
it's
Fire
really,
Emblem as
really
my
cool.
number one. So
It's good.
It's very good.
And that was just really interesting how they did that. Like 2 tracks for every
No, it's
song on the
very,
overworld.
very
So
good.
Fire Emblem gone.
I don't know that it's gonna make top 3.
Agreed.
I'll put this out there right now. Is anybody gonna support Gunpoint with me? If not, we can cut it.
No.
It's in my personal top 3, but
It's
if it's
great, but
I like
I think
it.
there are other
Okay,
tracks
so
are a little bit more
Gunpoint and
variant.
Fire Emblem both gone.
sounds like it.
I love
It's fine with me.
I love Gunpoint though. Just to say, for what I've heard of it.
Well, you have now heard, I think, all but one
Fire
track in the
Emblem
game.
with
Oh.
headphones.
Like I said, there's not much,
Incredible.
but what's
Adds
there is
a lot
perfect.
to it.
Cool. So that's why I value it a lot.
That's a lot to it.
Yes.
Back to DMC.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I think MGR is going to win over DMC.
No. Wrong.
Yep. Agreed.
Denied.
Nope.
We got at least 3 here.
Yep. Too bad you only got 3.
I think DMC is more varied,
Kirsten.
but Revengeance
Huh?
enhanced that gameplay so much. I loved it.
Yep. That made those boss fights what they were to me.
I don't know. I like the music in Metal Gear, but I was watching a lot of gameplay from where other people were playing DMC, and I thought DMC's music was way better.
Man. Ugh.
So I will say
3.
DMC uses its all-out soundtrack. I think as a whole, DMC worked better. However, Metal Gear did have those couple times where I'm like, they use a certain track, and I thought it was golden. It was perfect.
It was-
Made the moment.
yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
But DMC, I think as a whole, does it averagely better throughout the gameplay experience. That's just me, though.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I would say I would
Yeah.
say the opposite. That's just me. Because Metal Gear is my number 1.
Man, I think it's been too long since I played DMC.
Yeah. I'm
But it came
forgetting a lot
back
of
back in
music.
January, right?
Nope,
Yep.
February.
News.
We were looking at it. It was February 8th.
Oh no, I think that's the last time I played it. Was February 8th.
It came out in January.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah, so
that was a long time ago.
I would say we can cut Final Fantasy 14 if you want.
Yeah, since
'Cause I think I'm
sounds
the
like
only
it's
one
kind of-
pushing for that one.
Sounds like it's kind of fading in the background.
Mainly.
Of what's left.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, I'm okay
Just to
with that.
get one more off.
So we're down to Remember Me, Pandora's Tower, Metal Gear, Saints Row, and DMC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, remember me.
Yeah.
What was the music
How
like
many-
in that?
It's very orchestral, and then they feed in some electronica stuff as well.
Okay.
It sounds really
My
good.
favorite track was
It
the
sounds
one
good.
that builds as you get combos, and it keeps going the longer you keep it going, and then when you lose it, just collapses, and it's pretty cool. It's called Fragments.
Best
It's
use
really, really good.
of music.
It is really good.
Wolf fiddlesticks.
Ugh.
I don't think I ever noticed that.
I didn't either.
Oh man.
It was so I don't. It was very obvious to me because I guess I couldn't keep combo going very long. I'd be like, I just start getting good, then I'd be like, oh no, I want to hear more of that music.
Is it better than Pandora's Tower's music?
They're my top 2.
Which one's your top 1?
Remember Me.
My number 1's Pandora's, and number 2's Remember Me.
Lock 'em in.
I would almost be okay with that. Almost. That's leaving Metal Gear out of the equation right now for me.
That's my number 3.
That's my number 1, so. So,
I don't think Saints is going to make it, Zach.
As the way it's going, I don't think so either. So that's okay.
okay. Great. There's one more.
Me and Brock will make sure it gets its in our album.
Yep, absolutely.
So how is this gonna go?
I would be okay with Remember Me and Pandora's Tower being top 2 if we had
Yep.
DMC as third.
That's not really. That's
so good.
Obviously,
Just saying.
Remember
I love
Me and
it.
Pandora's
Just saying.
Tower are top 2. I mean, that's kind of not even for a debate right now.
Yeah, Pandora's
So I mean,
Tower.
you can't just
Remember
throw
Me.
that out.
That's right. It's not up
Just
for
saying.
debate. It's top 2.
It's no.
So we're gonna lock in those two then, and we can vote on Metal Gear DMC. That's what it sounds like.
DMC's going to win.
That's what it sounds like.
Should we put it to a vote?
I guess.
It's going to be 3v4.
Yeah.
So a vote versus DMC versus
Rising.
Rising.
Yeah, that's what
All
it'll
right.
be.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hold on. I decide this for myself.
I think, I feel like we had good cases made for both.
Yep. They're both well put out there.
I don't know, man. Just when Joe and you're fighting the bosses, and it's like the music's just playing, and then it switches to a different scene, and then like the lyrics come in, and it's just like it feels like
yeah.
so epic. Like those moments, like it's just like
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
So good.
I don't know.
I love that game, man.
All right. I'm okay. Derek, start us off. Revengeance or Devil May Cry?
Devil May Cry.
Revengeance.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
There it goes.
Vengeance.
Revengeance.
Well,
Okay.
I guess.
It's
It's democracy.
Whatever goes, goes.
anybody want to say anything about it? Anybody want to try to sway anybody?
Just what a shame. That's all I have to say. I can't say
I would
anything
be
else.
I would be all on board for that argument if I didn't feel like the music in Devil May Cry was just way better. It's if it were even close, I'd go with Metal Gear because of the way they use it. But the music in Devil May Cry is just trashes Revengeance, I think.
I would make a case for it, but that might be disparaging to Remember Me and
Yeah.
Pandora's Tower, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. So cutting your losses, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
We have a top 3.
All right. Why not?
Know who wins?
I say.
I know.
Put it to a vote. No. We might have to. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put it.
They're both great.
Happy
Wait,
fun
so
time.
we're already cutting out DMC then?
That sounds like to me.
Which is fine with me, but. Because it shouldn't even be.
What does everyone else think?
I say Pandora's Tower.
I don't know. I didn't play Pandora's Tower. I played Remember Me and really don't remember much of the music.
Man, that's a shame, apparently. Apparently.
I mean, that's what I was saying.
And of course, I've only seen some of Pandora's Tower and both. Remember Me. Well. The only game I have played on this list is DMC.
I'm happy with either.
Yeah, I feel like
I
that's
didn't
my
expect
top
them
two.
both to
I
make.
can't really
Yeah,
lose.
I didn't expect them to both make it, so I'm pleased as punch.
So, vote?
But it sounds like Pandora's Tower rolls a little better. It's got another vibe I'm getting. Remember Me has a few cool choice tracks, but Pandora's overall consistently a little better.
When I was listening,
I
I was
don't know.
listening through all the soundtracks of each. Like, I don't know, Remember Me was just one after another, just consistently amazing. But Pandora's Tower is as well. Remember Me probably has more music, but that doesn't mean much.
I've seen gameplay of both, and like listening to the music and everything in the background, I thought Pandora's Tower was just a little bit better.
They both do a great job of setting the setting.
Mhm.
Yes. Alright, vote?
Remember Me is that dystopian neo Paris weirdness. It does a good job with its electronic infusion.
All right. Isaiah?
Democracy.
Go for Remember Me.
Is this for winner?
Yeah.
Remember me.
DMC.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, it was cut. It was cut.
No, it wasn't cut. It was not cut.
three.
It's
fair
top
game.
3. It's just
Yeah,
no
it's-
one's been
okay,
talking about it.
That's legit. I didn't expect it. That's okay.
All right,
Oh, I totally thought you
Pandora's.
were going to too.
Pandora.
Man, I was gonna go for DMC, but I'll go for Pandora. If we're gonna do the top 2.
You totally. I mean, no. I recorded his vote for Devil May Cry.
Okay, fine. Devil May Cry.
Straight up metal. You decide, bro. Apparently,
No, I.
because it's a 2-2-2 right now, isn't it?
Yep.
No
way.
It is.
You are the deciding factor. You are the swing vote.
This is
Either way, regardless of what I pick, that doesn't mean it's automatically the winner. So
Yeah, it
that's
is.
fine. No,
Yes.
No.
We should totally put it down like that.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
I don't want to choose between Pandora's Tower and Remember Me.
Well, you're gonna have to, bro.
Yep, you're gonna have to choose.
You're gonna have to choose anyway.
There's also
Because
Devil
it's
May
your
Cry.
vote. Your vote is your vote. Majority rules, Brock.
Right
Do
in
it.
Soul Sacrifice.
Remember Me.
Oh,
Oh, man.
fine. That's fair enough.
That's
Remember
right.
me's number 1.
Cool. Well, that would have been back-to-back Pandora Towers victories if it were
It would have.
done.
Dang, that is true.
The inventiveness of how they used the music in Remember Me was
Yeah.
what I went with. All right. We were going to do Best Track, but that'll be a side project for me and Alex later. So look for that.
It's gonna be awesome.
It will be awesome. All right, moving on. We're moving pretty fast. We're not even at an hour yet, and we've done 3 categories.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, 51 and a half
There
minutes.
are no breaks on the podcast.
If I did edit this,
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, what are you about to say, Alex? What are you about to say?
all right. Best new main character.
All right.
Oh man. Man, this list is
Here we
huge.
go.
Okay, I will read the name of the character and the game they're from, and hopefully I can figure out what some of these acronyms are on the fly.
I think you got it.
We have Trevor from GTA 5, Mila Maxwell from Tales of Xillia, Athena Sykes from
Assassin's
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies.
I'm just kidding.
I'm looking forward to Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. Jude Mathis from Tales of Xillia. We might have a debate there. Crom from Fire Emblem
It's probably gonna
Awakening.
be
That's
tough.
something I'm going to bring up here in a second. Jody Holmes from Beyond Two Souls. S-Kill from Dive Kick, which we're cutting right now.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
Good news.
Fair enough.
Nylan from Remember Me.
No.
Nick Ramos from Dead Rising 3. I believe that's supposed to be Edward Kenway.
Oops.
Edway.
Edway.
Kenway.
It was
Edway
close.
Kenway from Assassin's Creed 4.
It was close.
We have Oliver from Nino Kuni Wrath of the White Witch.
Cut.
Wonder Red from The Wonderful 101.
Cut.
Joel from The Last of Us. And Chase McCain from Lego City Undercover.
Cut.
Oh,
Man.
Couldn't help it.
So-
Sorry.
something to resolve here before we start doing anything or talking about anything else. We need one nominee from Tales of Xillia.
Ugh.
We can't have both.
Yeah.
All right, Alex.
So
Bring
let's do that, and then I have one more thing to bring up after that.
It's okay. We can just cut them both. Save some time.
Oh,
Nope, not happening. Not happening.
Just be like, save us some time.
Just saying, Alex. My number 1 is Jude.
That's too bad because Mila's the main character in that game.
No, she is not.
I'm sorry, just because it's
Clarification: there's 2 main characters,
All right.
clarification. There are 2 playable characters.
which makes them main characters.
Mm,
We're gonna go that
Yes.
route. Technically, every one of the games playable, but
Okay.
2 main characters, and each main character's point of view does strongly affect the story. There are about 5 to 7 sections of each game where you play exclusively as Jude or Mila, and Thomas and I played as each character. I played as Mila, he played as Jude, and it just completely shows the characters in a different light if you're in the mind of one of them over the other.
Yes.
Like, I played as Mila, and Mila is essentially the easiest way to understand her character is that she is Jesus Christ. She is the the human embodiment of the God of that world.
Blasphemy.
I was trying to explain why, and so that's why her voice is really stoic and not always emotion full. And her character
Jesus Christ.
is very awkward in social situations a lot of the time, but like completely obliviously. And she'll say, "Wow, humans are much more complex than I imagined," and stuff to that effect. And she'll talk about books she read because she was closed away in like this really closed off society, and all she did really was read books about humans. So all her knowledge only comes from literature and other texts, and it's really interesting. She is an excellent character. Yeah, and Jude is a medical student who's kind of stereotypical.
Okay.
When compared, there's no comparison.
All right, Jude Mathis.
Make your case.
All right, Jude Mathis. This guy, he comes out when you start out as him. He just sees Mila down near the river, and he's just like, "Oh man, what is she doing on the river?" Because she's using magic and stuff to walk across it, which is kind of like hence the Jesus Christ reference. I thought that was kind of funny too. So he's like, "What the heck she's doing down there?" And he gets pulled into this massive
War?
like it's hard to explain. It's like conflict, I guess, just in general. She's the Lord of the Spirits, and she's trying to save humanity from destroying itself and spirits alike. So he goes in not knowing any of this, and just being the nice guy he is, he goes there and is like, "What are you doing?"
Also,
she's like,
there are some big spoilers here.
Yeah.
Like, it turns out Mila actually isn't who she thought she was.
"Oh yeah, that was a big part of it too."
Whoa.
Yes.
So that adds just so much more depth to her character. And her big struggle with, oh my gosh, my mission has been to do this the whole time, but it was just a distraction for this.
So
Like, it was almost like her
was-
whole
she
life was meaningless. It's great.
Yeah, she was called Bait actually at one point in the game.
Yes.
Sounds a lot like Tales of Symphonia story.
I didn't play Tales.
But yeah,
So
so
played Tales of Symphonia.
Sorry.
Okay, well, Colette.
Don't ask me on the
Colette,
ending one,
whatever.
because I did not
main
get that
character.
far. I got to the
It-
second
that
disc on the
sound-
GameCube, and that was it.
I think that's far enough that you figured out though. Because you think she's like.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about Jude?
yes, there is. Well, Jude, he was more of like a supporting character for Mila because she didn't understand half of the things that were going on in this game, or like in the world in general. When I mean supporting, I don't mean as a supporting character. Understand what I'm trying to say here? He is the kind of
I know
guy.
what you're saying.
He is the kind of guy who will go out of his way to help someone, because he is a medical student. He wants to help other people when they're sick and when they're ill, and you understand his plight when he goes home and meets his father, who he clashes heads with the whole time. I mean, his character isn't as stereotypical as Alex portrays it as I see. For one thing, I mean, when I'm playing through Jude's eyes, Mila actually comes off as kind of a douche.
Yeah.
A really
She's
big
awesome.
douche. But
She'll tell you what she feels, and she won't care about the consequences.
and you start empathizing with Jude actually because even though he knows more about the world, Mila keeps him in the dark about stuff like how she wants to basically sacrifice herself for humanity. And he's trying to build a relationship with her this whole time, but she just keeps on somewhat shunning him away because she doesn't want to involve him in all this. But he's like, "Hey, I'm already in this. Just let me get in here." But that's how it came down to. He's a polite person, gentleman. He's just a wonderful human being altogether, and that's what Mila is attracted to him for. Because it ends
I
up
don't know if
that.
that's ever proven.
Well, that's what I feel like. That's how the end of the game felt like to me. But whatever.
It doesn't matter after
I mean-
save the world at the end of the game.
Oh, whatever. But I don't even know, bro. Well,
I don't want to spoil that point.
but yeah, Jude Mathis. He was just such a good quality character that has a little more depth than Alex says he does.
All right. So, table. We need to pick one of these characters.
Kind of sounds like she had more of a character development.
Jude definitely grows
Yeah.
over the course of the game.
That's something. Was
But, I mean, they both do, certainly.
Jude probably
She
grew.
seems like she had a more of an extreme one.
Yeah.
It's very symbiotic, I would say, if anything,
Yeah, I can see that.
because
That's
she
people
grew
in
up.
all these lols.
Yeah.
People that.
Yeah.
Inside jokes.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, Jude. He was very timid at the beginning, and he becomes to grow out of his shell, and then at some point he actually starts leading the group. At least in my playthrough.
Well,
Alex wouldn't see that
when
because
there's
he wasn't playing him as the main character. I'll say that as much.
I'm personally a favor for the Zuko character development, so I'm gonna go with the angel chick.
Let's. And I guess one officially now, since we're talking about characters, and this is probably going to matter a lot more here in about 10 minutes when we're debating the entire list, but it's spoiler time. This is it. So you don't want spoilers. Don't wait until you're done playing this stuff. Okay. All right. All right, we can go. They turned it off, I'm sure, if they were offended. So they probably turned it off already. But that's
Yep.
Oh.
All right. Yep.
So we need to either pick one of those two or come back to that later or cut them both.
No.
No? Okay. No. Okay. All
Yep,
right.
I think we should
They
look
both
at. We
seem
should evaluate the
pretty
other
decent.
rest of the list because I think those two characters are better than
Only,
most of this game.
but only one could make it onto a top 30. Just so you know.
Okay, that's the case. Whatever.
That's just the rule we've always had. One character per game.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All right. So. The other thing. Crom is nominated in both Best New Main Character and Best Secondary Character. This needs to be resolved right now.
Got a bunch.
Cool. Done.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
fine with that.
all right,
That was
both
my
gone.
nominee. Investment.
Done.
What game's this from?
Fire Emblem.
He was
Come
the
on.
king or prince rather.
Okay, that resolves that nicely.
Fine,
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we can cut Nick Ramos.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can cut Edward Kenway.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Oh, I loved
You
Edward.
right.
It's okay. We can cut all
I
of it.
like
Yes,
them.
you
Yeah, we can
all
cut
of it.
Wonder Red.
Oliver,
Wonder Red.
Joel.
Okay.
All of Derek's
Joel.
choices.
Uh-huh.
Joel.
Wait,
We're
wait.
really cutting Joel, by the way.
Yep.
Wait,
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Fair enough.
I want to cut.
Why? We're not going to talk about this?
I was about to say.
I already crossed him off.
I
Sorry.
accidentally crossed off Joel in accident.
I got him cut off him.
Why?
Sounds like 4 of us already cut him off, so I'm just saying.
I wrote him back on.
Okay, Brock, thanks for being the nice guy.
Like, I'm okay with cutting all.
Being the nice guy. Yeah, we cut Oliver.
I'm
he's
cool with Oliver going.
Yeah, I like Oliver as a character, but he was just,
Not
jeepers.
He's not very complex.
Jeepers.
No, he's very simple.
He is very, A to B, linear.
And
And Joel's complete opposite of that.
we cut Wonder Red, right?
Yeah, I think we did.
Wonder Red is pretty cool.
But is he a
He's okay.
a very deep
He's
character?
troubled.
Is he a deep character?
He's troubled.
Uh-huh.
Is he a good character though?
You guys haven't got that
Character.
far. So I'm going to cut him because you guys don't even know his character.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Chase McCain, yes. Yes. Yeah, come off. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
absolutely not.
Yes. See, I
Chase
already got
McCain
it.
was my number one. So
And I was the one that did you nominate him too?
No, Alex didn't.
I'm like, I nominated Chase McCain. Because
Alright, so we got 2 Chase
McCain has
McCains.
a cool name too. So,
Okay,
That
yeah.
counts for a lot.
Chase McCain, oh yeah.
it does.
Cool name.
Very memorable.
Okay. Trevor?
I'm okay with cutting Trevor. That's just me.
Man, come on, Zach. We got this.
Do you really think Trevor's that
Crack
good
it
a
open.
character?
I heard
I wanna
He made the
characters
game.
for
I wanna give an
GTA
example
5
of
are
that. I
kind
feel
of
like it'll
weak
more hurt.
compared to
It'll do more
there
hurt.
were 3, but
Let's try it.
He doesn't have a lot to work with, but he gets the job done.
Exactly.
Is he the crazy guy?
Yes, he is
Yes.
the crazy guy.
That's what I
One of the
thought,
3
yeah,
characters. I don't know. Trevor brought a lot more, I guess, darker humor to the series, which I wanted. It was a character that felt more realistic and scary and funny at the same time. He was a very complex man. Kind of sadistic, but he also had a loving side, which gave him like a good double-sided coin. Because all the ladies loved him. I don't know why.
Well,
But he struck fear in a lot of people's faces.
yep.
Okay, so not a good character.
In a game that strives to be so realistic, his honesty was so refreshing, and he felt more real than Michael and Franklin, who are both good characters. But Trevor was, even though he's a meth dealer out in the boonies, he is insane, and he was the best part of that game for sure.
All right.
I would rather get cut Joel than cut
My
Trevor.
my question is.
Yes, cut Joel.
I would agree with
Right, we
that.
should.
I would agree with that. Anyone
But cut Joel?
opposed?
Before
Getting
Trevor.
Trevor.
Over Trevor. Right.
Do you like Joel a lot?
Not really.
I don't know.
All right.
He's a douchebag.
Oh,
Okay.
I would say the
So Joel is
ending,
cut.
the ending for his character was awesome. I will say it made his character complete at the
Alice
very
did not
end.
like that.
It makes it interesting, but I dislike the way that went.
Really? You didn't like the ending?
Oh
No.
man, that's what made
That
the
last scene
oh.
is so creepy. I was like fearing for Ellie so much.
That's what I
That's
loved
why
about
the
it.
game is so
Oh,
awesome.
I
at the
hated
end.
it.
It's not happy, happy, joy, joy. It's
No,
It made you question. You're like, wait, is he a good guy now or a bad guy? I have no idea.
oh, it's so trippy.
That's a good point, I guess. I felt like he went off the deep end, more or
Lost it.
less.
Oh, dude, he
Yep.
totally lost it.
That's all I felt about it. I just felt like he
Post-traumatic
just...
break. Just
Mm.
gone.
Yep, he just... Yep. All right, well, that's enough about...
Ending.
And 4 people are like, "Ugh," and 3 of us are going, what?
At the end of the credits, I was just like, holy cow. That just happened.
Yeah.
Too bad you have to play the game to get there.
Yes.
Which is a fun, enjoying ride.
You remove the clickers from that game, you got a deal.
Oh no, that makes the whole
Nope.
game.
Oh,
It
dude,
makes the whole
pretty
game terrible and unplayable for me,
It's
yes.
scary.
No, it's not that. It's just, oh, no, you screwed up. Great, you go back 15 minutes.
It's not that bad, is it?
It's usually not that much, but yeah.
Okay, so Joel's
I tend to be very
cut.
stealthy
I
during
think
those
we
combat
can
sections, so I lose a lot of time.
cut Nellen.
Yeah.
Question, Alex, what's so good about Athena that you want to...
Oh,
I want to hear it. That's all. I just want to hear it. I just want to put it out there, just so
We'll get-
everybody else
we'll get-
knows.
Can we cut Nellen first? Anyone
Yes.
gonna fight for that?
No.
I actually didn't nominate her. Someone else did.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I don't know.
nobody's copping to that. All right.
He was Isaiah.
Who's me?
Okay.
Okay.
She was pretty good. I liked her
She is-
backstory. She
Is
has a
Chase
surprising
McCain still on the
story.
list?
Yes. So far.
Sounds like
So,
someone like
correct me
her
if I'm
name.
wrong. We are down to Trevor, Mila, Athena, Jude. We still haven't resolved that. Jody, and Chase. That's it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got.
So pretty much. we're
Mila
gonna
v.
cut
Jude,
Chase.
and then we're down to 4.
Let's get rid of Jude.
Let's get rid of Mila.
Hey Jude.
Hey,
Yep.
Jude.
Hey
Jude.
Mila.
You're being
Get
cut.
out of here.
Okay. If we're gonna keep one, from the sounds of it, I would go with Mila.
She sounds more interesting.
She's more interesting.
That's because Alex played as her, and he's
So,
like, "Oh man, interesting
Zach-
character."
She
Any
is.
choice
Well,
between the
Jude,
two?
interesting character. By the way, you haven't played. Gosh, it's just. I can't make as good of argument as Alex. That's just a fact. I can honestly say that right now.
I had a better character to work with.
Wait, who's,
Yeah, and I
who's
didn't.
Jody?
Whatever. Gosh dang.
I will say Mila, because for the hour I played, she had a really good
Yeah.
already character development.
Zach's played and Zach's playing as Jude.
Just, I mean, from what I've heard, it sounds like Mila's.
It is 6v1. Do you want to continue to
Whatever.
fight?
I'm done because you guys aren't gonna listen anyway.
No, we did listen.
No,
You
Welcome
listen. You listen
I'm going to
for.
be saying the exact same thing later tonight when we rank all our games.
Multiple times.
multiple
Multiple times. I'll agree with that. Yeah,
Oh, man.
you probably will have
Alright, so who? I think we gotta talk about this. Who's Jody?
Jody Holmes.
The main character
Beyond
in
Two
Beyond.
Souls.
Ellen Page.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Ellen Page's character.
She has so
yes.
much emotion.
So many polygons.
So many
Polygons equals emotion.
Yes.
Okay, so cut Chase McCain.
Kills
Yes.
on Shadowfall,
Oh
most
my
emotion in
goodness.
the game ever.
Yes.
Okay.
So Chase McCain's off. Yes.
Oh, you're terrible.
Defense?
Defender.
He's awesome. He's hilarious. That's my defense.
Is that it?
No, you can't do
Man,
I,
that's not even.
I think that Jody and Mila sound much cooler. I at least like the fact that Chase was on the list. That's
Okay.
So
Okay,
just the
so
notion.
Chase is cut.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Alright.
Chase
Let's
is-
get rid of Jody and we got 3.
Alex says that because his top 3 are still here.
Maybe.
I still want to hear a case for Athena.
Brock's got
Please
that
tell
one.
me. Please tell me, Brock.
please.
Enlighten us, Brock.
Oh, man.
Because only 2 players have.
I have
well,
played
2
it a little bit.
Alright.
3 people.
Quite a
Tom
bit.
does
actually.
it.
That's coming
I'm
up.
on.
From a
I'm
game that
mid
you do not like,
mid-case
from
too.
the writing and story,
It's good.
you like her character.
Oh yeah, actually,
Alright.
it's not even his best friend.
She's the best part of that game.
She who?
Athena
Athena.
Sykes.
Yeah, okay. Athena Sykes is a new character in Dual Destinies. She becomes a member of the Write Anything agency and then gets thrown into a trial very quickly after she's there. She's a psychology student, and she has studied that because she underwent some very, very traumatic stuff as a kid. Her parents underwent some pretty awful things. Her mom specifically. Yeah,
What? Spill it, man. I don't know.
It's hard to say it without spoiling. I know
it's
what they're
it
trying
real
to say.
like it would completely undermine everything about the end of that game.
What is Game of the
I
Year?
don't know.
It is, but
that's
it
a
would
point.
like if I say like it literally would give very little reason to play through the end of that game.
I would still play through it. I'll be honest with that.
Or yeah, we can say it here at swear writing. I don't know.
I'm just saying, there's 2 people defending it, and there's 5 people who haven't played it to that point. Just making that case. I mean,
Well, in
I
that
know
case,
it's terrible.
there are 2 people here who played Tales of Zillia,
Good
so
point.
let's cut that too.
Good point. Sure. Fair enough. And that
No,
would leave us
3.
with
I played a little
Jody
bit.
and Trevor. It would only be 2, Brock. It'd only leave 2. Just saying.
Let's say I'm like Milia already. It's a.
It seems like
Athena
Mila's
right now.
already in the top 3. I'm just saying.
What's
Yeah, me and Alice. I'm all for Mila after Jude got cut.
Good.
Why? Because they're both awesome characters.
I'm curious, why does Athena count as a main character,
Yeah.
not as a secondary
You
character?
good.
play as her a lot.
You do play
through a
as
lot
her.
of the game. It's
Yeah. You play as the 3 guys.
You play as Apollo, as Athena, and as Phoenix.
Okay.
Throughout the course of that game, through very sometimes I think even changing mid trial.
Yeah.
Are you
so
guys
it's-
in Greece or Rome?
No,
Okay, I was wondering.
No,
she
mostly
did come over
Japan, I
from
think.
Europe or wherever.
Yeah, she was from Europe. Yeah, studied abroad.
She was studying abroad. I don't know. I would rather she lose this category than me spill why she's so good because of
Fine,
that game.
She's
Wow.
better than Jody.
Ugh.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So, you want to make a case for Jody, Zach? Or what do you think? Or Tom?
Jody. Yeah, she develops throughout the game a lot. Character development is a major role in that, in throughout the game actually. So
That is the game.
Yeah,
that is the game. I mean, yeah, her development is the game. So that's what makes her so compelling. Is that she is always growing in that game. She becomes. I mean, without saying any more than that, would also be entailing things about the end of the game.
The whole game has like a lot of emotions towards her. Like you grow fond of her, and you kind of want
Yeah.
the whole.
Yeah.
And you want her to live, and you want her to prosper and get into society, because she seems like she's an outcast.
She's trying as
She's
hard as
trying
she can.
really hard.
Yeah, but it's
And
not-
man, oh man, the game just does not want her to be in society. That's pretty clear. That's what I have to say.
Alright.
You have to make some tough choices as her, and it makes her really.
Any opposed to cutting Jody?
I oppose.
I oppose.
Okay.
I think Jody's might be a better character than Athena. I've never played that game,
Okay.
so I have no idea. But Jody, I would say I like her because she's believable.
Yep.
And you can see her as a young child grow up. You can actually have some impact on how she grows up, and I thought that was pretty cool. I say there's small changes to the game, but
But yeah,
it was quite enjoyable. The emotions, the character, what she went through.
Athena also brings a really cool segment of new gameplay to the series, which is much, much appreciated.
Yes.
And that you have to pick out which emotions are inconsistent with a testimony, which is really fun.
Mhm.
Which is a part of her character because she brings that to the table. Her history is dark. Extremely dark.
Very messed
super dark.
So
Very,
much
very messed
so that when going over my most memorable moments, I completely forgot about the end of that game
Yeah, that-
because I blocked it
oh,
out because it's
man.
disturbing.
it is real disturbing.
So I don't know if I'll mention it there because I technically didn't remember it when I was doing my most memorable moments.
I might throw that one in mine too. Oh,
But
man. Yep.
it definitely should be one of those because that is a very impactful scene, and that's
Ooh.
all because of her crazy character.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good defense, Al.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
So cutting Mila Maxwell.
No!
Nope. That.
I don't
There's
know.
one or the
both
other.
of those girls sound a lot more interesting than Mila.
Cutting Trevor.
Like she sounds okay, but she still sounds pretty in
Those two.
typical JRPG territory. Like she sounds cool, but I think Jodie and Athena both sound a lot more interesting.
Oof.
Don't make me talk bad about Athena now.
Do it,
When we
Al.
do that.
Fine, I'll talk about Trevor. Ooh, I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy all the time. I torture this guy, but sometimes I don't. There's Trevor. Done.
He's so
And I'm honest.
exciting.
Don't worry about that.
I know, right? Exciting. No, wasn't that fun to do?
He's awesome.
That was intense, Brock. Nice. I agree with Brock. Actually,
Has Brock or Thomas played as Trevor?
nope.
Oh, what?
So all from here.
I only used exactly what you guys said about his character earlier. He's crazy, but he's not crazy all the time, and sometimes he's loving and he's honest. Ooh, I'm crazy. I'm the crazy guy, but the other two aren't. Ooh.
Not sometimes honest. He's always honest.
Yep.
Doesn't
Very
care. And he doesn't care about it. He'll kill people for smallest of reasons.
You like looking at him.
Which was kind of good, because you got the mobster Phil, you got kind of like a
I don't
gangster,
like
and then
that.
you got Trevor, who just does what he pleases. Doesn't really care. He sometimes helps out friends, but... Yeah.
Yep. I don't like it.
He's very complex.
He's a very good,
It sounds like
complicated
he's
guy.
The opposite of complex.
No?
Hey, I think he's pretty
I don't know.
linear.
Well,
Wouldn't
he's
that
got
make him
layers.
linear,
Mila
sort
still
of?
sounds the worst of all
He just
these.
sounds
I
like
don't know.
a crazy, honest guy to me. That's all I'm getting from him. From what you guys are telling me.
I don't know. It's hard for me to know. I can only go by what you've said, and that doesn't
Hmm.
sound terribly complex or complicated to me. Not necessarily that a character has to be complex to be good.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Like Superman.
But depth does help.
No one here is going to argue that Superman's a good character.
Oh. I love
That's
Superman.
He was great in Injustice.
No, yeah. So,
Both of them.
So Mila Maxwell,
What?
Mila Maxwell, one of the best characters
Wow.
of the year.
one of the best. Yeah, number
Yeah,
4
at
actually.
least number 2. At least number 2 in my books on this list. I can't make a good enough case against Athena because I don't know. And same thing goes for Trevor.
Number 4 is very impressive. Hundreds of games. Number
Athena's
4.
character is more interesting because what happens to her, not her actual self.
So that makes her not a good main character then. It's actually what her surroundings happen. I'm just saying. He's making a point against it.
So it's her history that makes her good. Oh.
And that's not
Although that forms
real
her.
character.
I don't know. The way that Professor Means gets to her and the way that wrecks her character and the way she acts because of that, to say that what happened to her doesn't make her interesting or a good character and the way that she acts because of what happens, that seems incongruous.
Yep, but
She gets super conflicted for a good part of that game because of what happened to her and the views pushed on her by another character.
Wish I liked Phoenix Wright.
I wish you did too.
I know. I tried.
I'll play it. I'll get there someday. Playing old.
Because I love dark stories. And that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
You like that game? That last case.
Can't wait to get there. Yep. So
We can put to a vote to we cut.
yeah, but who are we putting up to a vote then? All 4.
All 4.
All
I think they all
4.
seem pretty.
So we're
fair
gonna
game
vote
right now,
who
though.
we're cutting.
Yeah.
Clear.
Just to get the top 3.
Meh.
Because we're on top 4, right?
Yeah.
With Trevor,
Yes.
Mila, Athena, and
Jody.
Jody.
We started with Derek last time. Go with Tom.
We started with Isaiah last time.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
So
Yeah, because Brock had the swing vote.
So out.
All
Yeah.
right. I would cut Jody Holmes.
I would cut Athena.
Trevor.
Athena.
Athena.
What?
Those 3. 4.
I'm trying to figure out who Isaiah would pick so I can vote for him.
No, Brock. You have to choose your
choice, man.
Yeah, Brock, you should
You
not
can't be the
doing
dream
that.
crusher.
I'd cut Trevor.
Yeah.
All right.
Mila Maxwell.
And that puts it at a tie still. And then minus Mila.
Is it a tie?
No, it's 2
No.
for Mila.
1 for Mila, 2
One
for
for Mila.
Trevor, 3
Three
for
for-
Athena, 1 for Jody.
So then Athena.
Not necessarily. But
Oh, okay. Well, then we can
One
just take
Athena
off.
for
We can take
Jody,
off
bro.
Mila then and re-vote.
Just
Right?
yeah.
And that would.
that would essentially then force
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then there was 1 for
Mila's-
Mila and 1 for Jody. So then they would pick again between Trevor and Athena.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay? Isaiah, vote Athena or Trevor.
Trevor.
The cut.
Yep.
Yeah.
Athena.
Athena.
Trevor.
Athena.
Athena.
Wow, that's it.
That's 4.
That's it.
No.
No.
It's okay. You guys are stupid.
Athena's on.
And F you guys. I don't care about these 3. Go ahead.
All right.
They all suck.
My vote's for Mila Maxwell. Of these 3.
Number 1.
Yep.
Oh, I'm still up for Jodie because I thought her character was excellent. So
Love Jodie. Mila's number 1.
I'm gonna go with Jodie on this one. Beyond was such a good main character. Made me laugh, made me cry. It was just a
Which
good
part made you cry?
engrossing. Probably most of the game.
Okay.
It was really good.
I
loved it.
I'll honestly say I felt very little emotion playing the game.
Oh really?
I'll be honest with you. Except for the very
But the
end.
polygons.
But
Polygon.
but the motion polygons. Yeah.
Your face.
But I liked it because they, instead of 7 characters where they focused on this, like a huge good story, like they focused on one character in this one, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Well, her and her interactions with her separate entity, and I thought that was pretty cool, as you lived her life through her and her entity, and I thought that was a cool little mix there.
You put up a good argument. I'll say that. So, since we're not talking about Trevor...
I was going to actually choose Trevor because he's the most different out of all these main characters.
Yeah, it's true. That's very
He
true.
is
For a
the
good reason.
only guy that's dirty, gritty, and he has a weird, wild side to him. And he brings a refreshing main character back to gaming.
Oh yeah, I don't know if everyone knows this yet. When you can switch between characters, of course, in GTA 5, 3 main characters. When you switch to Trevor, sometimes he'll wake up in the middle of nowhere in a dress or in his underwear.
I've seen that.
Sometimes in a barn, like with cows, and there'll always be alcohol in his hand or around him, and you get to guess what he did last night. So
He was very
Take that however
refreshing
you
to
want.
play as.
Nope. Still not liking him. I'm sorry.
He's just so much fun.
He sounds fun, but I don't think he's the best main character. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even know if you're supposed to like any of the protagonists in that game,
Good point.
Not really.
but that doesn't make them.
And that's probably why I like
Yeah.
Mila and Jodie probably more, because I like them.
I don't know. I played a couple hours of Beyond, and whereas I didn't really like the game as a whole, Jodie's character is what kept me going. Like, I didn't really like the whole jumping from like past to future and mid and all that kind of stuff, but it was I can't remember his name, the entity, the second half.
Yes.
Like, I thought that was really cool. That, it was just, a part of her. It was really fun playing as her. So.
But was he? Okay, that's fine. So should we put it to a vote?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh man,
We're all kind of stuck.
We're not moving.
We're at an impasse, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a vote.
I'm not convinced who I want to vote.
Tabaki
Get
gonna.
arguments made for all 3.
Yeah.
No.
I think we're at Derek first this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trevor.
I'll go with Jodie.
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 Abstain.
You can't
Yeah,
stay.
No, absolutely, I can. I think they're all
Not
terrible
abstain.
characters. Go ahead.
So it's a vote for all characters. Just to
That's
make
all right. Go
break
ahead.
ties.
Okay, well, I'll just
That
go
doesn't
ahead
break
and
ties at all.
sell
You're
some.
facing.
Jodie.
It's 1 and 3, and that's 1 and 4. So what does it matter?
Wait.
I vote for Mila. How about that?
Okay.
Bam.
That would be my choice.
So
That sounds way more interesting than ooh, I had a ghost thing. Ooh.
I'll go with Mila.
All right.
okay, so that what does that put it at?
I think
was
Jodie
Four,
won.
2, and 1.
I think Jodie got it.
Yeah, Jodie got it.
Okay.
Jodie wins.
She's a strong character.
She is. She about tries to kill herself so many times in the game, but no.
That's strength right there.
Puts that gun down.
Tries to jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
Or something like
Part of me wanted her to at that point.
Your hideaway. I actually did it.
So the
You
game
did?
would be over.
But he wouldn't let me do
No, I felt so bad for her. I was like, you just put yourself out of your misery. Come on.
This sounds like a game I want to play.
It is.
That's why Trevor's so happy and lucky. It's so awesome.
I don't want to play
Weird
as a
description.
character like Trevor.
Well, you don't have
All right,
to.
should we keep
most
on
of the
going?
time.
Don't know what to say yet.
Yeah, we got one more.
Got one more.
Best secondary character.
And Brock.
All right.
Brock's just so taken aback by that.
This is like,
he doesn't know it. He just like, I
It's
just don't
okay.
wanna.
It's alright.
It's all right.
I've never seen these characters coming to my top character.
I'm going to assume you want me to say the Lutesses, or is it Lutess?
Lutess.
Lutess.
Okay,
Wink,
that was a
nod.
change from half year, so I just wanted to make sure. Lutess from Bioshock Infinite. Keith David from Saints Row the 4.
Oh, that's gonna be fun to explain.
Simon Blackwell from Phoenix Wright. We can just mark him off right now because nobody else is going to care. Tipo / Elise from Tales of Zillia. The narrator from
The Stanley
The Stanley Parable.
Nice.
Mr. Drippy from Nino Cooney. Elena from Pandora's Tower. Tharja from Fire Emblem Awakening. Ellie from The Last of Us. Marie Reed / Captain Kidd from I Don't Know What.
Assassin's Creed 4.
Yep.
Okay. The Doctor from Outlast. Pavel from Metro Last Light. Frank Honey from Lego City Undercover.
Alright.
And Wonder Blue from The Wonderful 101.
This is Boole.
Wonder Blue.
Buell.
Buell?
It's French.
I did say blue, right?
Yes, yes.
Good, okay.
Yeah, you read it right.
He did not read it right.
It was supposed to be Buell, bro. Come on.
I didn't even notice it was spelled in
Yeah, I
there.
know.
Yeah. Okay, out of all these characters, Wonder Blue's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Even though he's awesome.
He's pretty cool.
And what about Pavel?
He's awesome.
But is he
I
top
mean,
three?
he's not my top 3. But
That's my point. That's what I was trying to make out.
I think Zach nominated him.
I did. It was a really enjoyable beginning half, but I don't think he's top 3 material.
Okay.
Like, he's really good to get nominated.
Has anyone else think the
About-
Doctor?
Doctor War.
Yeah.
Anybody.
I would say
Oh,
anyone
man.
else play the game besides me? Probably not. So
I've
it's not
watched
gonna make
it.
it.
Is it
I watched some. I didn't see that.
But
part.
So Doctor.
he was such a good, creepy character to have in there. He toyed with your mind all the time. He was probably the scariest part of the whole game because you had to run from him, grab a key to the elevator, and as you're doing this, he's running around with scissors that he chopped off your fingers with, and he's following you to finish the job. And it's really creepy as you're listening to him chase you. It is really creepy and scary.
How
But
does
it
he
was such a
expect
good
you to grab
character.
the keys?
The keys are not on him. It's up on another part of the floor.
But if you cut your
Yeah,
fingers
fingers-
off, how
not
can you
all
grab
parts.
the
Oh,
keys?
not all. He cuts
Oh,
both your
so-
ring fingers off.
Oh,
off.
okay.
For
Well,
fun.
that's all right.
Assassin's Creed style.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
You're now an assassin.
That's how that happens.
My God.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a really fun little thing to have there.
Fun.
Yeah, that's not fun. Beyond fun.
So yeah, we can cut him off.
Is Frank Honey gonna last?
Who?
Frank Honey. Is he gonna last? I'm just throwing it out there.
He's better than Mr. Drippy.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Really? I think
Both
so.
of those are in my top 3, but I will say that Frank Honey is my number 1.
Frank Honey is
He's
awesome.
way better than Mr. Drippy.
He was hilarious.
Mr. Drippy is awesome. Just.
I got angry with him because in combat he was like, "Oh, I can heal your whole team." Doesn't matter because sometimes he doesn't want to do it. You're
He
just
just
like,
doesn't.
that's true.
I'll
"Why?
admit,
I hate you, Mr.
when
Drippy."
it comes to actual gameplay.
Why do you let me die? I loved it. My whole 2 teammates died. Then I'm almost dead, and he healed. Well, no, I was full health because I revived myself.
Yeah, now that's
And
annoying.
Then he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna heal you."
Yeah,
Oh,
you're like, well,
oh.
you could have done that like 5 seconds ago. I've done that before, yeah. But those are only gameplay. That's
King of
not
the
what his
Fairies.
character is.
Yes, it is.
So are we cutting one or both or none or?
Frank Honey and Mr. Drippy.
I'll give Mr. Drippy if we cut Frank Honey.
Like,
He's funny.
Evil.
He's funny. That's it. That's all I say.
He is awesome. That's why.
Frank Honey is only funny.
He is.
That's it.
He was
No
really good
depth
supporting
at
or
all.
And he's
second
very
character,
kind.
But
Whatever. He's really stupid. That's
And
what
loyal.
he is. He's just stupid and clumsy. Ugh.
I don't know. I thought Frank was a really good second character, but I could understand if it didn't make the top 3.
Yeah, and I'll admit, Drippy's probably not going to make it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Let's cut them both.
I love you, Frank Honey.
All right, so talk
All
about
right.
Tipo and Elise.
Okay.
Okay.
Well.
Wait, why is it the 2? Why is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain. Okay, well, Tipo is a little talking puppet that Elise
What?
is friends with, but through the game, you find out that actually Tipo is actually running off of the inner voice of Elise. So in other words, they are one and the same. They say the inner thoughts. Okay, whatever that was.
Was a question.
Oh, okay.
So she has a split personality, kind of like Mr. Hand
No. Okay,
in
so
South Park.
It's like
So-
Athena and Widget.
imagine a really silent, a very
That's
shy
good.
character.
Except
Uh-huh.
Tipo's insufferable.
But yeah, Elise doesn't talk a lot, so
Actually,
Tipo's
exactly.
like her inner voice.
So it's like Mr. Hand of South Park.
I don't I don't get the reference, but apparently
Yes.
Brock says yes.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean
Sure.
the character is awesome. I mean, it's just she actually gets mad at him and embarrassed because he'll say things that she doesn't want him to actually say, but she's thinking sometimes. And there's things that she doesn't even think about. Like
She has
like
Tourette's.
it's like
This is what it is.
Tipo controls almost the subconsciousness of Elise in a way where unconsciousness. Sorry, my fault. And
More like, I don't know.
yeah, it's like, and he actually helps her remember things about stuff like her parents and what's happened to her. She's had a lot of tragic things happen to her. She was experimented on. And actually, Tipo was a part of the experimentation. You'll find out about that if you play the game. But and also what was interesting that at one point they actually take something out of Tipo, which makes him basically turn back to a doll. So they lose all of his character at one point, and Elise breaks down mentally and physically and emotionally. Everything about her, she just doesn't want. She shuts everything out, and it just makes her all the more interesting. And then she finds out that actually that he was their inner voice all along, because she thought he was a friend. That's it. Like she would talk to him. She was very lonely. She was isolated from everyone in society. And at one point, actually, she starts getting beat up by the village people because they think that she's like a demon of some sort. And
A witch.
and yeah, but what's crazy about her though is that she actually goes back and hears that they got wiped out by something, and she's all like, "Oh man, I feel sorry for them." That she wanted to help them, even though they were so mean and cruel to her.
Tom, I hate to undo everything you just said, but Tipo's voice alone is enough to cut him from this
Oh,
category.
bro, I love Tipo's voice. It's so embracive.
No, it's great.
It's abrasive,
so
bro.
annoying.
I like it.
And he talks a lot about bazongas.
Yeah, and
He
it's
does,
funny.
he does say that a lot.
And it's hilarious. That's another part of his. That's another element of his awesome character. I mean, come on.
So this is a very mentally disturbed child.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't like
you could say that, but I mean, it's more like she closes herself off from the world whenever she gets scared. A lot of the time. She's a really deep character compared to probably some of these people on the list.
I don't think she hangs. I'm sorry.
That's what Alex said. Yes, but I don't.
All right.
I disagree.
So I'm going to bring up something, and we'll come back to the narrator from the Stanley Parable isn't a character,
Okay.
so we should cut it.
I didn't nominate him.
I did.
Okay, fair enough.
How about Elena from Pandora's Tower?
Yes.
Yes.
Then also,
I grew very attached to Elena.
Yeah.
Till she ate me.
Yeah, exactly. And I hated her. Why would you eat me? I'm trying to help you. She ate me many times.
About
So are we cutting Tipo?
no.
Yes.
No.
How about we cut Elise but keep Tipo?
That's fine. Oh.
So one of these characters cannot be there without the other.
That's what I like
No, they're
about
the
it.
same.
They're,
Like,
they're one and the same.
Tipo
That's what I'm saying.
expresses Elise's repressed thoughts.
Yes, that's exactly what
But
I was
we'll
trying to say.
Is Tipo like in her hand?
Yes, it's a physical doll.
It's a literal floating doll.
Oh,
Or if you want to get technical, it is a booster that makes her mana a little bigger.
but if you
Yes,
rip
that's true.
Tipo-
That's true.
But if you take Tipo, throw it on the ground, will it get back up?
Yes.
Yes.
Will it? Okay,
And
that's
it's
what
just-
I want to know.
It would even say "ouch" probably,
That's what I want to know.
even though it probably doesn't actually feel pain. But
Okay, so
that's
it's
just-
actually a character. So we have Tipo and Elise, but
they're both. I wouldn't. They're both
there's,
one and the
there's
same.
two
though.
characters there.
They're both two physical characters. If that's
Tipo's-
what you're making.
Nothing does not exist without Elise. But
So
I
Elise,
don't like him either.
So Elise would be
Alright.
the character we're voting for.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I think makes her
I mean,
interesting.
you are getting, but with Tipo and Elise, you are getting both halves of Elise.
yes.
To
the
consider
inner and
only
the
Elise
outer.
would be to consider half her character.
Yes,
Yep.
and
And
honestly,
she's not a
Tipo
character.
makes her what she is,
I don't see any problems with the nomination as it stands.
and that's why I nominated because it was so interesting, so engaging to me.
I think you're misusing. I don't that word. I don't think you know. I
I
don't
do
think that
know it.
word means what you
I don't
call
think
it.
you know.
Alright. Okay, yeah. In its defense,
She's an engaging character.
in its defense, Lutece is there too. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's two
he or
characters.
she is.
So
Two
that's
absolute,
that
yeah.
is true. Okay, so we have
Yeah. So stop hating.
so we have
on
two
my-
characters that are
Two
characters
boys.
and a best secondary character.
She's a strong secondary character. That's all I'm saying. For me, apparently
Yeah.
only me, because Alex doesn't think so.
Am I the only one who cares about Blackwell being on this list?
I think he's better than some of these.
Not all of them. I wouldn't say. I mean, I can't say anything.
He is
I can't even make
he's
an
a
argument,
samurai
because
through and through.
Hmm?
He's a samurai through and through.
Simon
Honor
Blackwell
bound.
from Phoenix Wright. So yeah,
There's Tipo cut.
Alex did nominate him by the way, Brock.
Get rid of Tipo.
No. How about we get rid of Lutece?
Uh-huh.
If that's the case, I'll get rid of Elise if we get rid of Lutece, bro.
No.
Yeah.
I'll take that deal.
Take that deal?
No.
Anybody else?
man, I'm totally with that.
Yes.
No way.
Fine then, but Alex, spoil Bioshock Infinite.
All
Please.
right.
Boom.
Why Lutece and not the Lutece is like half here. Okay.
Spoilers.
Here we go.
Spoilers,
Big
but they don't
spoilers.
matter because that game's trash.
Multiverse.
Oof.
Okay. So, in one universe, female Lutece is born. She discovers the multiverse and portals between them, brings another version of herself as a male into her world, and then this is how they learn to control Booker throughout the rest of the game with their experiments, and that's why they do the heads and the tails and pick the necklace. Yeah, there we go, necklace. And all of those things. But why the Lutece characters are so interesting multiverse stories. Why they're so interesting is what they add to the story and how it's presented. They make the game, you see them and it's always confusing when you see them because they're like, why do these people just appear out of nowhere? What the heck's going on? And it all makes sense at the end or a second time through. But as you're playing through it, you always want to know what is going on with those characters. And their dialogue is extremely well written, and they're hilarious. And their theme's awesome as well.
Now, do you get that from playing the game?
Hmm?
Do you get all that information from playing the game?
Depends on how hard you think about it.
You could probably deduce it, maybe.
I can assume.
Yeah.
That's a pretty far-fetched assume, though.
Yeah, going that far, yeah, you would have to be leap of faith.
Wrong game, Tom. It's Captain Kidd.
Ho ho.
Assassin's Creed.
Bam.
Yep.
If no one else wants Lutece on this list, we could cut him.
Yep.
But
Or her. Or
Don't worry.
cut that.
it.
That character.
So are we cutting him? I guess.
Really, guys?
I guess
Sorry, man.
I'll be okay with it.
Okay, fine.
Okay, the Tess and Tebow Elise are
This is
gone.
where blood starts.
Yes.
Oh, so we're cutting those two. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what the deal was. That's
Oh.
why I was convincing half of you to get rid of it.
Did we get rid of Elena?
Lena.
Yeah, I already
Okay,
did.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
So Isaiah, explain Tharja to me.
Who is Tharja?
Is there anything
she's
to her
hilarious.
character outside of those cutscenes we watched yesterday?
Besides her dozen. Well, actually, I don't know how many characters she can have interactions with. I think it's only like 5 or 6.
But basically, what
Some
you're
of
saying
them.
is pretty much true
But
through one playthrough.
yeah,
I was just
she's
curious. I'm not trying to
hilarious.
insinuate anything. I'm just curious.
No, I think she is just really, really funny.
Yep.
No, that's really. She's just a very different kind of female character.
She's probably the best secondary character in the game.
I didn't even
Wow.
get her, and I didn't get her. Boom.
Yeah, she's
I killed
anyone you pair up with. It's just hilarious.
Yeah,
The
honestly,
way they
yeah.
interact.
I wanted to see
Okay.
her interactions more than anyone else's.
I feel sorry for killing her now.
All right.
Yeah, no, I mean I can see why maybe she wouldn't be a top 3, but I don't know. She was. Yeah,
She's
one
a
of
little
the
less
best parts.
developed than the rest, but when she's there, it's always better for it.
Yeah. So Tharjagon. That's what I got from that. That's all I'm saying. They were just kind of making their conclusive remarks. That's what I felt like. Right?
No, I'm okay with it being.
So she's like a
Okay.
Frank Honey.
Yes. She's a Frank Hunt. Yes.
Keith David.
Mm.
I mean, Keith David's freaking awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
You know what? I'm willing. You know what? No, I don't want. I want him. I want him on there.
Where's Keith
Okay.
Hey, I want to hear someone
real
tell me about Marie Reed.
Mary
Um,
Reed.
Okay.
Spoilers for Assassin's Creed 4.
Is,
Alright.
is it Marie or Mary?
It's Mary,
It looks like Marie. I'll just say
spelled
that.
Murray
Yeah.
on the page.
but you pronounce it Mary in the game.
Okay.
Mary Reed became one of the best side characters of Assassin's Creed history, I think.
Definitely.
She made your character change the most. First, it was introduced as Captain Kidd, as one of the other captains that help you try to learn about the Assassin's Order. You start out as a pirate that has donned on these taken Assassin's Creed robes.
Yeah.
Different from any other Assassin's Creed game already from the start. And she tries to coax you to change your ways, because at first you're trying to steal everything, and you're kind of greedy. You want to be everything that you want to be
Mhm.
as fast as you can. And Captain Kidd at that time, she tries to help him. And it becomes one of the more emotional characters that he kind of has an attachment to. And it's pretty much his mentor to the Assassin Order.
Okay.
I thought that was
I
really
think that's
cool.
where the most of her strength comes from.
Yeah.
And that, as a longtime fan of the series and has played them all up to this point, Edward's character of just, man, F the Assassins and Templars, I don't care, was very off-putting to me. So
It was different.
she was your mentor as the assassin, and she's like, you shouldn't wear those robes when you don't know what they mean. And she has an awesome accent, too.
Yes, she does.
And so that, I really liked her character a lot as well.
But top 3?
I think she
Out of the
was-
4 we have left, it sounds like it.
Yeah,
I
actually,
would
when I,
think
when I
so.
see when there's Ellie,
Oh.
no one's talked about Ellie yet.
If-
So.
Because everyone knows she's going to be on the top 3.
That's not true.
We will defend her. Well, people will defend
Well,
her.
actually, I'll honestly say I think I like Ellie
I would,
out of the 4.
if it was on the list, I would take Ellie more
She's at
than
least
Mary
number
Reed.
3 for me. Then of course we also were talking about getting rid of Simon because no one knows her. That's
Ellie's
him,
more integral
eyeball.
to the experience of The Last of Us than Marie is to
I don't know. They both
Assassin's
are.
Creed 4, but I definitely liked Mary Reed more.
Well, before we start cutting anything, I would say that Simon Blackwell.
Before we start
no
cutting
one-
anything,
Rob.
let's talk about cutting something.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
I'm
Simon.
just-
Let's talk about Simon.
No, I'm just
Blackwell.
saying. It sounds like they were about to start differentiating
talked
between
about
Ellie and Marie.
The rest.
And Mary is.
Sorry,
It's-
it's
sorry.
always
It's just
me.
it's messing with me because I'm reading it in Marie.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Gotta respect
Either
her.
way.
Point making though is that no one's really played Simon with
Two
Simon
of six.
Blackwell. That's all.
I like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's great.
Cool.
Oh, come on. That's it? Nah, he's good.
All right, let's get rid of him then.
Well,
If that's the case.
He's a samurai. He's honor.
Is he a samurai, really?
He
Yes.
follows samurai code very strictly, actually.
Does he have a katana?
He's a prosecutor in the latest game. I'm going to take this off because it makes it tough to talk. He is a prisoner. He's in jail for murder, and he gets brought in as the prosecutor to take you on in cases. And his story, in classic Phoenix Wright fashion, weaves in very strongly to the cases that you play through in that game, involving some interaction with Athena as a kid when all of the horrible stuff happens to her. And it is revealed that Simon and Athena have a very interesting backstory that goes all the way back to why Simon was put in jail in the first place. And let's just okay. And Athena may or may not have been a defendant in a case in which Simon was sent for murder. So there's a lot of interaction there between all the characters, and it is that is classic Phoenix Wright. But his character is very interesting and very different from a lot of that. You could probably draw some connections to Godot and the way he acts and kind of his actions. But he's a very interesting character, and he sticks to his guns in a really interesting way. There is nobody like him in the Phoenix Wright universe.
Yeah, he's really good.
So, good defense.
He sounds like a top 3 character to me.
Sounds like at least top 4.
I could cut Keith David and take the other 3. Well,
Okay,
he's
that's
fair
fine
enough.
with me, actually.
He's
If that's the
That's
case.
good.
But dude, Keith David.
hilarious.
All right.
So, should we put it down to a vote, number 1?
We haven't
to
even
think.
really talked about these 3 together
Ellie's
yet, so let's...
Probably
I'm
going to
just
take
trying
Voting is not the way we usually try to solve
She
these
seemed to
things.
be the secondary
Okay.
character everyone's been talking about the whole year.
For me, at least.
Yeah.
No one wants to touch this.
I knew this was going to happen. That's why I was trying to do what I was
Yeah.
doing. Because no one's going to talk about it.
Zach, you might have convinced me. My winner might be Captain Kidd.
Captain Kidd, she made a really good, strong impact on me throughout the game.
Like that game would have been a complete narrative wash without that character.
I played a little bit.
And I was already
Okay.
disappointed with the story in that game.
Are you serious? I love that story.
Yeah.
So The Last of Us would not be The Last of Us without Ellie, I don't think.
True.
The Last of Me.
Yeah, I know.
Literally would change things. You're right.
That's a good time.
Though actually, it would still be Last of Us. 'cause
Yeah,
But
I-
no.
It's referring to the
Nah,
survivors, not
her character
those
really
two.
worked well with Joel. Like if it was some other kind of snot-nosed kid or something like that with a different type of attitude, I don't think that would have worked out as well as The Last of Us did. She brings a lot to the table. I love her. I love her personality. Everyone's like, "Oh, she looks like Ellen Page," there was a huge thing about her. Yeah, them getting sued because of that. And they're like, "No, we did it from this actress," and it looks just like Ellen Page. I was like,
Pretty much.
"Yep." I was like,
What's wrong
"Oh,
with it?
I know nothing.
Hmm.
She lives. It's kind of cool to see her character because she's like one of the characters that you get to meet that never lived before this era of
True.
the time, and you get to see her cope with it differently than Joel can. Joel's gone through a lot in his past. His daughter getting shot and killed by the military that's supposed to protect them. Then he gets thrown in with driving this girl that reminds him of his daughter all across the states, and they get through a lot of crap. And you get to see Joel's character change because of Ellie, and without Ellie, I don't think his character would have changed. He was more of a selfish character, and Ellie kind of changed him into more of a father figure, trying to be a little bit. But at the end, you're kind of like, ugh.
I think he's still selfish
Well,
at the end.
Yep, I think so too.
This isn't against Ellie's character, but I mean that's all about just Joel's total transference of Ellie becoming his daughter, and that's the only way he can cope with that loss.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
And he's totally snaps at the end there.
what I'd like to say though is that his
When I'm talking
character,
about
his character development was more like father figure relapse all the way back to being this loner, and then became a father figure again.
I liked how
That's all I'm
Ellie,
saying.
she's a pretty strong character at the forefront. Like you meet her, she's kind of has a knife in her hand. She's about to kill Joel, and people stop her. But as she goes through it, she becomes more independent. And there's a few chapters where you play her by herself, and those moments make the game great. Like Derek's probably one of his more memorable moments is the snow cabin,
scenes. Oh my god.
the snow scene,
That is pretty good.
and it's a really good twist having Joel taking care of her all the time, and she now can become independent.
She takes care of Joel. a lot of
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
She saves his life. Oh my gosh, that whole scene.
Oh man.
They should have killed him.
Yep. So I was thinking, I was like, oh man, just let him die on that
Man, that was
stick
so
of whatever metal that
crazy.
was that he
Man.
landed on.
But for all the action that she's been through, for her history that she's dealt with, she still has the audacity to still smile, laugh, find joke books,
Yeah.
interact with people, and still trust people, which surprises me. So, I thought she was a great
I
character.
don't know if you really trust people.
Yeah.
More so than
If anything,
Joel.
more
Yeah,
like
more than Joel.
that
Let's
she could
say
throw him more. Like,
I'm gonna say you gotta think about that. Joel doesn't trust anyone. Trish, I don't think she trusted anyone.
how about Tess?
Tess, sorry. Tess.
Yeah, I was about
like
to say
Trish. Wait.
Trish.
Tess.
You mean Tess?
Yes, Tess.
Yeah.
Throw it Ellie put in Tess. All right, no.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if there was a good secondary character, she would actually be better for me. Personally.
whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No matter how
She didn't
short
do
she was
much
there,
for me.
honestly. Well, that's because she wasn't there very
Oh.
long. But what she did was very good. I mean, yeah. That's all I have to say.
Ellie's just like one of those unforgettable characters. I think.
So who's the winner?
Me on my list, I would say Ellie.
Yep.
She has not swayed from that position since the beginning of the year.
Of what I've heard, I like Mary.
Mary Reed's another good one.
I would go with Captain Kate as well.
Yeah.
I had Ellie on my top 3. She was second. So
Yeah, after what, Pring Honey?
She's been my number one.
What do you guys think, Isaiah? Brock?
I would vote for Ellie.
I'd vote for Simon Blackwell. So there's that. He made a top 3. I'm happy.
So,
Either way, yeah. However this shakes out, I'm satisfied.
all right, good.
So we had
Saxon Brock's a good
4
Brock.
for Ellie. That's
Yeah.
not
The fact that this
that's
is
not bad.
difficult means
Wait.
that's good.
Was there 4 for Ellie? Were you definitely not?
It's definitely 4.
I'm totally for Ellie.
Oh, I thought you were for Mary. Sorry.
No, I'm for
All
Ellie.
right.
Okay, well, that's number 1 then.
Category
Ellie.
over.
All right. Well, we've taken care of 5. We'll come back for part 2 for 4 more categories. Best story writing, most memorable moment, which is personal. 2013 is the year of, and then our most anticipated games of 2014. And then the real bloodbath starts, ranking every game any of us has touched for our game of the year 2013.
The real
All
fun.
right. So, thanks for joining us for part 1. Join us for part 2.